Hey everybody, how is it going? Welcome back to my channel. Well, it has been a minute since I've uploaded a video, probably 3 or 4 weeks. I had some problems with my software, and after several attempts of trying to get a video uploaded, it just wouldn't get uploaded correctly, and the video that I was making just ended up being a complete waste of time. So it was rather discouraging, and it is the summertime, so I have been spending some more time outside, but I did do some test videos and they worked. So hopefully, if you guys are hearing the sound of my voice, that means that this one got uploaded correctly and I might be back in business. If you're not hearing my voice, then make sure you let me know in the comment section that the video did not get uploaded correctly. And of course, that is a terrible attempt at a joke, but it's been a long time since I've made a video, so I'm a little out of practice, so bear with me here. But if you do decide to start a YouTube channel, do not use the VideoPad software. It's just total junk. I should have not took the time to learn this software. I should have learned something better. And the support is terrible as well. So good luck, fixing a problem if you do end up having one. But anyway, let's get to the overall market. It's been a long time since I've done one of these videos, and I'm kind of excited to get in here and look at the charts. It looks like from this daily chart of the QQQ, which of course is the NASDAQ, that we could potentially be finally carving out a nice little bottom. You can see we've got a resistance area just above the current price, and we got a nice positive MACD, positive divergence going on here. Now, a lot of the technicians that I listen to are suggesting that we could be in the middle or the beginning stages of a summer rally. Hopefully, a lot of cycles that they're talking about end up pointing to the end of this down cycle being towards the end of June. And as of right now, it is the 21st of June, so we are getting pretty darn close. And I would say, I'm in agreement with some of those takes because it looks like we are definitely starting to shore up prices as of today anyway, in the NASDAQ. And let's take a look at let me jump over to the weekly chart real quick and show you something interesting. If we back this chart out and go all the way back to the mid-90s, you can see the MACD indicator has never been this oversold. I mean, this downtrend has been relentless. We are almost to the 200 period simple moving average on the weekly chart. And if we get down to this yellow line, I plan on buying quite heavily. It doesn't mean we can't end up going below it, but I do think it is a very significant area, and I do plan on adding some more risk. But let's go back to the daily chart real quick. Actually, let's jump over to the spider, which of course is the S&P 500. And you can see the S&P 500, it doesn't look as good as the NASDAQ, but the NASDAQ was getting hit the worst. So I would expect the NASDAQ to start firming up before some of the other ones. But we can definitely see that the trajectory of the market over this last week has been straight down. So that's kind of indicative of a potential blow-off bottom. Another reason why I think we could be in for a summer rally, possibly starting in the next week or so. Let's take a look at the diamonds or the Dow Jones Industrial Average. You can see this looks similar to the S&P 500, where it's not making as nice of a bottoming formation as the NASDAQ, but it's been holding up better than the NASDAQ. So let's take a look at the IWM. And you can see the IWM is looking actually a little bit more constructive than the spider and the Dow Jones. So I do think that that is a very good sign for the overall market. Now, a lot of people have been watching the price of gasoline, and the gasoline has went absolutely crazy, but we can see that the USO or the price of oil has come down all the way to this support level, and it held today. And the interesting thing is going to be was this a temporary top in the market and we're due for a little bit more downside, or are we going to find a support at this this area right here and also this 50 period simple moving average? I actually took this pullback to add to one of my oil positions, so I am thinking that it's probably going to end up being at least some temporary support, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we get some more follow through to the downside, because let's face it, oil has been going straight up for quite a while and we are overdue for a significant pullback. And if we do get a pullback in oil, I think that's going to be very bullish for the overall market. So the fact that oil could be potentially topping out is another reason why I think we could be headed for a nice little counter trend summer rally in the overall market. Now, some of the stocks that I think that look rather interesting right now are the cruise lines. If we take a look at the cruise lines and back these charts out, you can see Carnival Cruise Line has come all the way back down to right around the bottom of the COVID lows. Things are a lot different with the cruise lines right now. The cruise lines are up and running. Now, I think a lot of these are selling off because of the potential of us going into a recession, which of course would be bad for the leisure stocks, the cruise lines in general, because these are one of the expenses that, when families out there start tightening the purse strings a little bit, these are things that they're going to cut out. But I don't think that there is any denying that the cruise lines are in a much better situation right now than they were at the the lows of COVID. Nobody knew when the cruise lines were going to open back up. So actually, I have taken this time to start adding to my Carnival Cruise Line position. I ended up selling about half of my position when it was in the mid-20s, and this is the first time I've been excited about the cruise lines since the bottom of the COVID lows. So I think Carnival Cruise Line looks really good. That just happens to be the one that I chose. If you like some of the other ones better, they have pulled all the way back as well. Norwegian Cruise Lines has pulled all the way back towards 10. So this one is not as low as Carnival as far as the absolute lows from the bottom of the COVID collapse, but NCLH is also pretty low. A lot of people like Royal Caribbean the best in this group, and you can see Royal Caribbean has fallen off a cliff over the last couple of weeks as well, so this one is definitely overdue for a bounce. I think one of the good signs in the market today was the fact that Tesla had a very nice day. It actually looked like it pulled back a little bit towards the close. It was up over 11% on some pretty decent volume today, and I think if we do end up getting a summer rally, I think Tesla is probably going to be rather important for it. So the fact that Tesla was catching a bid today, I thought was rather encouraging. Some of the other stocks that I have added over the last couple of weeks, one of them has been Micron Technologies. In some of my previous videos, I was waiting for it to pull back to this support area, and it seemed like it took forever to finally get there, but once it did, I started adding some Micron. Once it got right around $58 a share, added a little bit more. We're getting a little bit of a bounce up to this level, but Micron has a forward PE of under 6 at the moment, and they do pay a rather small dividend, right around 1/3 of 1%, but I think that this is a fantastic time to be adding Micron to my portfolio. If we do end up getting some more pullback in the market, I'm definitely going to be adding Micron Technology, and Micron is rather popular among some of the better investors in the world. You should really look into that and just to see what their opinion is, because I think they make some very, very nice points. Another stock that I added was LNG. This one I have been waiting for a pullback and finally got it. Started adding some as it broke $125 a share. It seemed like I've been waiting forever for this thing to pull back. We're in a little bit of a rounding top, so I just dipped my toe in the water. But LNG is one of the bigger players in the natural gas space, so liquid natural gas. They are one of the bigger transporters or pipeliners in this industry, and even though LNG has had a very nice run up, I do think that the future for liquid natural gas is rather bullish, and one of the factors for that is with everything that's going on over in Europe, I think it's going to be quite a while for a lot of those countries to start trusting Russia again, and I think that's going to open the door for a lot of the U.S. players, and that's going to be, all the natural gas that we're going to be sending over there is probably going to be going through LNG, or at least a good portion of it. So these guys are going to have like a little bit of a toll booth business. Doesn't matter what the price of natural gas does, these guys are going to be collecting fees along the way. So really like LNG. They just started paying a dividend. The dividend is 0.75%, but looks like these guys might be gushing cash in the future, so I expect that dividend to increase going forward. But Micron and LNG were probably the only two names that I've added since my last video, and I'm pretty excited about those. But looking at some other charts in the market, let's look at Roper Technologies. I mean, a lot of charts in the market are looking a lot like Roper, you know, where they've been in a downtrend, but they're starting to get a little bit of that acceleration to the downside, which is indicative of a blow-off bottom. You know, another one is NTRS. This one also falling off a cliff lately. So names like these and charts like these are ones that I expect to have a pretty decent bounce if we do end up getting a summer rally. But you know what? I'm going to end the video right here, because if this video does not end up getting uploaded, it's going to be very frustrating. If it does end up getting uploaded and any of you guys are still watching my channel after this long hiatus, I really appreciate all of you guys that have waited for my videos, and everybody that has sent me encouraging messages telling me to get back into the YouTube game. I really appreciate everybody sending those. But I'm going to end it right here. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. It would be great to hear from you guys and get some more conversation going in the stock market. But I'm going to end it right there. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. And until next time, take care, everybody.